Hi, this is Rick Charles Morrow. This is Video Journal Entry 12. I'm the writer of With the Assistance of Queen Anne. It is still July 5th, 2011, and I am with my co-actors. This is Madeleine Lodge and Orlando Luciano. And as you know already, Madeleine plays Queen Anne and Orlando plays Evan, the young assistant writer really, who is writing with the assistants, who is writing the novel Queen Anne and Her Companions. So, guys, how do you feel so far about this project? We've asked that question before, but it progresses. We're getting close. Tomorrow you're going to be able to see this beautiful young lady in full costume. No, I was talking about him. I mean, sorry.
How are we feeling? Feeling excited, I guess.
Yes.
I feel great. It's coming along. We're working together. We're getting off the work.
I mean, I'm having a fantastic time. It's just, there's so much. This play is so, because it's not just, well, first of all, it's two different time periods kind of enmeshed, and then there's so much history and there's so much kind of backstory and exposition that you have to understand, really, really understand before you can even try to act it. So I think we're just now getting to the point where it's blocked and we get the history and we can map out the family trees and, you know, all that jazz. And so now we can kind of really get into it. So it's exciting. I feel like we're like about to turn the page into this whole new rehearsal period of the rehearsal process, and it's fun.
It's fun. Yeah, and I spent a lot of work on this weekend doing this, getting into the character, trying to get off book, and trying to separate David from myself. Now, how do you feel about that, Orlando? Are you separating the character from yourself at this point? Is the character developing separately from you? How is that? How are you feeling about this?
I don't know. I can't really explain that. You try to let the lines get into you and get. You try to feel what your character feels. So inevitably, it's gonna affect you as a person, as Orlando. So yes, I think the character is developing. What did you say? It's developing right now. I don't know. Yes.
Thank you. That's a good answer.
It's not a good answer.
It's a fine answer. Any answer you could. This is not a test. This is a. So Madeleine, now the Queen is not anything really like you, or is she? That's an interesting question. I'm making an assumption. Do you see personal similarities between you and our Queen Anne, or your Queen Anne, in fact, because you have to develop her your way, with the director's assistance, of course.
Of course. I mean, yes, I see some. I think, on the whole, I think we're very different people.
How?
But then again, I mean, because she's a historical figure, the only information I have is what other people say about her. So my impression of her, because the research is based on other people's impressions of her, I have to kind of figure out who she wants to be for me. So no, I don't think we're very similar, but there's something about her that feels really familiar, I guess.
Interesting. There's one line I remember. I think this might even be mine. In our small reigns, or in our small worlds, we reign without much exception of others that have passed. In other words, my small worlds, I'm a king. So, and there's a lot of people in their small worlds that act like a royalty. Can you relate to that at all? And I'm not saying that you're monarchical. I'm saying that can you relate to your own life to being a queen? And I mean this in a nice way, to being that confident and.
And being a king, you know.
No, you're the king.
I mean, I
Unless you want to be the queen. I mean,
No.
you're all right, cool. I know that was a silly question, but what I was trying to say is relating bits and pieces to myself, you know, that could be considered, you know, that I could use to become a king. That's what I was thinking. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just was throwing it out there.
Kind of. I mean, I respect the hell out of her. I mean, I think that's sort of my jumping off point right now is that she just did so much, and I think she did more than A, people expected her to do, and B, people wanted to allow her to do, and I hope that that's something I could accomplish.
Right. It's amazing. It's amazing, isn't it, that she's so forgotten, and yet
Yeah.
she created Great Britain. Just think of that. It is her. It was her work that created the place that the sun never set on which the sun never set. Great Britain.
I don't think she
Wasn't
ever
England.
stopped.
No.
And I think she accomplished so much, and she did so much for other people. And I mean, if that's being a queen, then I hope I have.
And by the way,
something that
you're both doing an incredible job, and it's great. I just enjoy the process of working with both of you. All right, this is Rick Muller out.